Hello YouTube and welcome to frames 3 and 4 between me and Phil in our second league match. All is even after the first couple of frames, possibly a fair reflection. And, these next two frames are more scrappy than they are flowy, unfortunately. I guess I should mention that, as you can see, Phil is on 3-point head start. If this is the first video that you're joining me with, we play our league with handicaps. Phil's handicap is 12 and mine is 9, so there's 3 points. That one I'd left sticking out, unfortunately, and he's played a good shot to pot that red and avoid the bunch, playing it with check side. So taking the blue, didn't manage to get back down towards the bunch, so just playing it safe, and almost got me behind the brown. So if I can get behind a choice of green or brown, I'll be happy. Managed to clip that one. Put my teeth in. Managed to clip that one nice and thin, but even a fraction too thin. And this one's going close as well. Oh, that would have had me a world of hurt if I'd have been behind that. But thankfully, I can see the side of the pack, so I can get the white back up to bulk. Just watching the cue ball on its line back, and it's flicked the green, but it has gone close to the cushion, so I can't be too upset with that one. Now, putting all my eggs in the basket here I was actually attempting to pot that, would you believe it or not, with a view to holding for pink or black, but no, I didn't. So I left Phil a chance, and he's taken the red and pink quite nicely, and the cue ball's come down into a good position. So you remove the red away from that black. But as you can see with the reds where they're positioned, they're not very nice because they're covering both the pink and black spots. So the black's going to have to go up on the green spot. So 15 scored, but just a safety to follow as there was no available pot. So just a little dump shot, leave it down the other end, but that one's gone wrong. Okay. Sorry, Phil, I didn't mean to flick that one. Let's see if I can bring the black back into play. So let's come back down this end of the table so we can use it. So continuing with this little safety battle, I've thought I could stick that one thin and get back up somewhere behind the green. And I did have a look at the pot on that red, so that one wasn't fluked. Pink spot's still not available, so that's got to stay up on the brown. So just taking the points and trying to get it safe. Second flick on the red has meant that Phil has managed to get the cue ball over that side of the table. And I have not, unfortunately, hit that one well enough because I've hit the blue. Very tough to do much there with the cue ball. Oh, rattled the black in the jaws, and it's now stayed up the other end again. Yeah, caught that one way too thick. And as you can see by this shot, I'm definitely not having the best of days because I've overcut that one, and I've also left it. Right, so that's the black potted, and it does actually now spot, although it is right in amongst the balls. So playing this one sort of a shot to nothing, because if I got it great, then I'd have been probably on a colour, but if I didn't get it like that, then the cue ball was always going back up that end of the table, so quite happy with that one. And I've been put in a bit of a corner here. I didn't fancy taking that one on because I thought if I miss it I'm going to leave absolutely everything. So I've hit it a bit firmer than perhaps I wanted to and didn't leave anything other than the ball I've left, and he's potted that brilliantly. So brown's now down on the black spot. So it's at least that's in the scoring area. So a good pot on the blue, but erring on the side of safety, I would assume, as the cue ball was up that end of the table. Now he snookered me on this red near the right corner, but if I play it cushion first, I might be able to snick it in and then stay on the black. Not quite. I didn't quite hit high enough. Oh, why can't I talk today? Didn't quite hit the cushion up far enough to be able to get that one. And that, would you believe it or not, was my attempt at a funky plant onto the black, because the red and black are a plant into the corner. But that was a nice pink, because that was a smidge off a straight, that one. So he's done well to find the angle, and he's played the plant. Got that very, very nicely. Alright, 44 points behind. And we've got 59 left on the table, so plenty of points to play with. And if I was feeling in a good queuing mood, I might be expecting to do some miracle stuff here. But leaving the cue ball there so I can play in behind this red on the right hand side cushion as we're looking, and then I'll either have it to left middle or left corner, depending on how far the ball goes up. And I've managed to leave it, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I've managed to leave it dead straight to the corner. And black does pot to the middle, but it's only aiming at the sort of the right half of the pocket as we're looking at it. So if I can get past the black and get on the pink, that would be great. Or hold in front of it, and I've done neither. I am on the black, but I think I was going to pot that with wishes rather than actual skill from that angle. Now, roll up behind the reds. What are you doing? That was roll the red one side of the pink, cue ball the other, get a snooker, lovely jubbly. Not leaving Phil an opportunity like that. I know he's missed, but my shot to the middle pocket there was very, very poor. Okay. Get on the black, that was the number one objective from that red. Snick that one in and should have some sort of shot on the yellow, unless the cue goes behind the green, which thankfully it hasn't. That was a bit of a wild one with that yellow. I thought I might have been able to get it in the middle at pace and then get back up for the green, but today I'm definitely not queuing very well and everything seems to be a bit of a struggle. But I've managed to get that one right. Shouldn't be too difficult for Phil. Yeah, played that nicely. Now, similar shot. Can I get behind the green? No, of course I can't, because I can't avoid the double kiss. Naughty. So things aren't over just yet. Got 21 points of difference with 25 points available. Just keep this object ball safe, or at least try to. Right, I've now got an opportunity to cut this red into the bottom left hand corner, focusing 100% on the pot. Just screwing the white away from the black. And very happy with that one actually. But not so happy with this one. Yeah, that's definitely a head scratcher, that one. What on earth was that about? Brown was just off the black spot. That should have been in every day of the week. But as you all know, everything in this game is missable, isn't it? Okay. Made sure of the brown. Very snatchy, jabby queuing on that blue as well. Have a little rewind of that and watch my queuing arm. That was very, very stabby. And I've left it on. So 19 points difference with 13 on. So one snooker and I can potentially tie. Oh, sorry, my hay fever's playing up a bit. So I'm a bit nasal. Right, this one, playing the cue ball, bit of left hand side, hit the pink half ball. Didn't factor in the throw, the throw of the cue ball, which is what I'm telling him there. And skimmed off the pink and went in. So, yeah, that was the end of that one. That was, yeah, not a particularly great one, but well done to Phil for winning that. So, is Phil gonna beat me 3-1, or is this going to end up a Desmond at 2-2? So, a little dump shot, left it fairly safe until Phil decides to play that one. Very, very nice done with that red, and brown's been played at a decent pace. He's come down towards the reds and left himself on this one. Let's go back up for the blue, possibly. Didn't quite get into that one, so he's now either got to drop this in or go all the way around the angles. Yeah, that's a very difficult shot, that one, especially when he was just off a straight. Now, putting everything into this one, black does pot to the left corner, so drop it in. Please go in. Ah, what are you doing, red ball? Go home! So just the safety off of that one from Phil. He's taken the 8 points, but wasn't able to develop anything, unfortunately. Just a little bit short of pace on that one. But it does mean that he's left the cue ball in a nice area for me. So confidence is about as low as it can be at the moment with my queuing, if I'm honest, going into this. And I thought for a minute I'd missed that one. That black I've rolled through too far. Now you'll see what I mean in a minute. But if I'd have left that red sort of the cue ball parallel with the red, then I could have got nicely onto the black, which would have meant that that shot wouldn't have gone wrong like it has, and I'd have been on the red to the left corner. So the reason that I wasn't on that red, although I did get a break of 24, so can't sneeze at that, but the reason I didn't get on that red off of that black was because of the black before it. I hope that makes sense. Phil's left me that red. I haven't come out far enough, so as long as I can cut off some of the reds, I'll be happy. But that one, I wasn't feeling that one. Thought I was going to miss the brown altogether, so I've hit it a bit thicker than I needed to. But to be fair to him, he couldn't have foreseen that one because it was a kiss off of another ball that sent it that way. And blue, pink and black have gone a bit awkward, haven't they? So try and get the cue ball up the other end of the table. And that is definitely up the other end of the table, but not how I really wanted it. Giving those bonus points straight back. Okay, I'm going to leave the footage running here for a minute because I just wanted to look at the thought process here. So I've got this relatively straightforward red to the middle, but blue, pink and black don't pot. Brown and green are tied up, and the yellow is excuse me, too far away from the pocket. So if I play this red to the left corner and come up and make contact with the blue or manage to go just past it, I will be on the pink into the left corner, which would then make the black and the red available as well. So that's what I'm just trying to work out in my head at the moment. So a little bit of screw, a little bit left hand side to avoid the red that's on the black spots, or close to it. And it's gone past the blue, so I thought that was alright, but it hadn't gone quite far enough. So the thought was good, but the execution was probably a little bit unlucky, to be fair. I thought I'd played it quite well. So a few shots later, Phil left me that red to the middle. And this green about sums up my game. So it's just off a straight. Stunning down for that red into the middle. And just didn't pot the green. Just can't believe it. And whatever I've been taking, Phil's now started taking because I expected him to eat that one for breakfast. And I know that was a very, very dangerous shot, but it was the positive shot, taking that red to the corner and trying to open those three balls. Unfortunately, Mr. Red and Phil is reaping the rewards. Okay. Oh God, excuse me. Hay fever is really played up today. And yes, I wasn't particularly happy with myself after that miss because it wasn't a difficult safety shot to get from positional shot to get from red to pink or black. I think Phil was maybe a little bit unfortunate with how far the cue ball travelled off of that one, and I was just about to wander around and grab the black out actually. Thought he'd played that double quite nicely. Right, let's see if I can. Actually, we're a few shots further on now, looking at the balls. I was trying to avoid the blue there, and then playing the safety shot. So I know there's always a chance of that one going in, but I have fluked that one. So apologies to Phil for that. So just rolling up to the brown, playing the snooker. And he's missed it, so I get a bonus 5 and his second attempt. Yeah, played it nice and clean. Can I get the cue ball in behind the brown? It's really, really near the jaws. and it just skimmed the bolt cushion part of the pocket, which meant it came back out and was able to see the red on that one. But that one, I did actually play that particular double on the red, knowing that it would come down nicely for some sort of colour. So drop the pink in. Did have a view at getting on the yellow into the green pocket, but I was focusing more on actually just getting the pink in for the extra points, and I think Phil tried to get me in behind the brown there himself. Now, chance of getting this one in, but really and truly I was just trying to get the cue ball back up the other end of the table. Neither point I managed to achieve. Right, I was just trying to protect this slim advantage, trying to play a snooker. Didn't get it that time, but I did manage to get the green safe. So chance at the pot here, but again focusing on trying to get the cue ball up to that bolt cushion. Which is what Phil's trying to do as well. Yeah, no attempt at the pot there. I thought if I hit this thin, I'm going to leave it in the jaws. So play it that way, get the cue ball back up the table. And I'd left an edge sticking out, but happy with the safety because I didn't leave a pot. And he's been very, very unlucky there and has sent the white in off. So now I'm going to try and get the white in behind the blue. Send the green round the angles. And I was trying to leave it on the side cushion, but I obviously didn't line it up properly. I've played it at the right pace, but Phil's potted it, and in the process he's snookered himself on the brown with the blue, but got out of it well. Again, focusing on getting that brown or object ball safe. If you can take anything positive from watching this game of mine and put it into your game, it would be that you're always trying to get the object ball safe with your safeties when it's just the colours or one single red on the table. If you've got more reds on the table, then you're trying to get the white safe and leave as few options as possible. Right, come on, I need blue and pink. Blue's relatively close to the pocket. Can I pot this one and get on the pink into the middle bag? Just about. And drop that one in for a Desmond. Well, I think I've come away with that one with an unexpected, unexpected, is that the right word? Probably undeserved 2-all draw. I probably should have lost that one 3-1 on the run of things. I did not feel confident in any of those frames apart from the break of 23 that I had in the first frame. Even that 24 I had in the fourth frame, just wasn't feeling it. Just having one of those days where Q felt alien, all the shots felt alien. about the only bit of my game that worked properly was the safety side of it, and even that was not all of it, but I will take the points from a 2-2 draw. They will stand me in good stead, hopefully, for the league position. I will do a league review at some point, but we haven't all played the same amount of games, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that, but I will see what I can do in the near future. But thank you very much, Phil, for the game, and thank you very much to everybody who is watching for putting up with my extremely bunged up voice. So yes, big thank you to everybody for that. But yeah, join me soon when hopefully I'll have another league game to review. I have got a week's holiday booked now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the table, but I have got one video coming out in the middle of the week, so do stay around for that one. But for now, and as always, everybody, take care.